We're going to do a hyper yoga flow. So come and join me on the mat. We're going to start in child's pose. You don't need any props. So take your hands forward and then sit back towards your heels. Allow your head to slowly reach the floor. And if it doesn't, if you make two fists and you pop your forehead on top of that, that will again feel quite grounding into the floor. So wherever you are, see if you can slowly become aware of your breath and take a breath into the back of your ribs and exhale, soften. And one more breath. And exhale, release the air. And then roll up through the spine and you're going to find your way to your hands and knees position. And have toes tucked under. We're going to take a breath. As you exhale, curl the pelvis underneath you, round up through the spine, allow the head to drop. And then inhale, opening up through the chest, lift the tailbone and lift the crown of the head. And take that again, exhale, curling, pushing the floor away, rounding up, and then inhale, lengthening and opening up through the chest. And then take your hands a little bit forward. And we're going to take a little bit of a ripple through the spine. So you're going to start with your hands forward, pelvis back, take a breath. As you exhale, round up through the spine, come into a long diagonal. Make sure that the pelvis is in line with you. So not pushing the pelvis up or dropping down too low, being right in the center. Take a breath. And then exhale, press the pelvis back and lengthen through the spine. And take that ripple again. So starting from the base of the spine, rolling through the spine, coming into that long diagonal line, and then bend your elbows and press the pelvis back. One more time, starting from the base of the spine, rolling up, come into a long diagonal line, and then bend the elbows and push the pelvis back. And then we're going to come into Maya. So you're going to take your elbows, forearms to the ground, have a straight line from your knees to your pelvis, and then see if you can gently rest your head onto the ground. And we're going to take our first apnea here, feeling that push of forearms, a little bit of push through the feet. Take a breath. And exhale, lengthen the back of the neck. Take another breath, breathing sideways. And exhale, lengthen. One more breath. Exhale, release the air. And then holding breath, slowly open ribs. And as you open your rib cage, think of that umbrella action of the ribs. Take a breath in and then exhale, come back onto your hands. Have them a little forward of your shoulders. Take a breath and then exhale, push the pelvis up. And we're just going to take a moment here, making this downward dog more comfortable. So bending one knee and then the other. And being mindful to really spread your shoulders wide. So see if you can connect the baby finger side of your hands into the floor. So you can spread the shoulders. We're going to take another apnea here, finding that length through the spine and finding the lift through the tailbone. So take a breath. Exhale, lengthen through the back of the neck. Take one more breath. Exhale, release the air. Holding breath, slowly open ribs. Feel that you're lengthening your tailbone away, widen through the shoulders, lengthen the back of the neck. Take a breath in. As you exhale, you're going to step your right and then your left foot in towards you. Allow the head to drop. Stay here for a moment, hold onto your elbows, and you can take a little ragdoll, rocking side to side. Of course, if you need some more support, come up onto your thighs with your elbows. Take a breath. And then exhale, drop your arms down and roll up through the spine. Okay, so we're going to take a lunge flow here. Come and stand with your feet more or less hip distance apart, a little wider if that feels more comfortable in your pelvis. Roll your shoulders down your back and close your eyes a moment. Feel how grounded you are to the floor. Feel how you can stack your pelvis and then your rib cage and then your shoulder girdle and then your head. And then slowly blink open your eyes. We're going to take a breath in, lifting arms up. As you exhale, melt down to the floor. Soften your knees as much as you need to. And then you're going to inhale, take a halfway lift, look up. And then as you exhale, you're going to step your right foot back into a lunge. And stay here for a moment. You're going to place your right knee down to the ground. And you're going to take a breath in. And as you exhale, you're going to take the pelvis back with you. You're going to stretch into that left hamstring. So inhale, coming forward. And then exhale, sending the pelvis back. One more time. Inhale, forward. And exhale, sending the pelvis back. And then coming forward here, placing your right hand next to your left foot, straighten out your right knee, and then peel your left arm up towards the ceiling and take a reach there. Take a breath in. And exhale, bring that hand back down. And then staying in this lunge, either with your knee down or with your legs stretched, you're going to use your hands to bring the torso upwards. And we're going to take a breath in and float the arms up, lengthen through the waist. Look up. Exhale, place the hands back down, and you're going to step your left foot back into a downward dog. Soften your knees, take a breath in. As you exhale, walk your hands a little bit forward. We're going to round up through the spine again, come into a plank, place your knees down to the ground and untuck your toes and roll all the way down to your belly. And then placing your hands with your palms facing down, your pubic bone is going to push into the ground as you inhale. Roll your shoulders open and float up with the head and chest. And then exhale, come back down, take your hands underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes, press back. We're going to either come into Isis, or if that doesn't agree with your shoulders, come back to Maya. Nice and long through the pelvis. Try and make sure that your pelvis is right on top of your knees. Take a breath in and exhale long. One more breath, breathing wide. Exhale, release the air. Holding breath, slowly grow your ribs open. Try lengthen through the back of the neck. Try widen your shoulders. Take a breath in when you're ready to bring your hands closer in. We're going to push back up into your downward dog. Keep your knees soft. Take a breath. Exhale, pelvis back. One more breath. Exhale, release the air. Holding breath, slowly open ribs. Keep lifting the tailbone. And then either with apnea or take a breath, you're going to straighten your knees, lift your right leg up towards the ceiling, and then step your right foot forward, between your hands. So stay here a moment. Feel the lunge on the other side. And then we do the same thing. So drop your knee down. Take a breath in. As you exhale, take your pelvis back with you, stretching into that right hamstring. So breathing in, coming forward. Exhale, pelvis goes back. And I said stretching, but I didn't really mean that. So if your knee needs to stay bent, that's absolutely fine. So coming forward, and then exhale, pelvis shifts back. And then coming forward again, you're going to straighten up your left leg. Place your left hand a little closer in towards your right foot. And then lift your right arm up towards the ceiling. Take a breath. And exhaling, coming back down with that hand. Again, either with your knee down or legs stretched, we're going to lift up through the torso. Take a breath in, lift the arms up. And then exhale, place your hands down, step your left foot in. We're going to inhale, halfway lift, look up. Exhale, release the head down. Inhale, lifting arms up. Bring your hands to prayer. Come down through the center of your chest in prayer. And then release your arms down by your side. And again, close your eyes. See if you can slow down your breath. Feel the grounding of your feet into the floor. Drop of the tailbone. And then when you're ready to, slowly blink open your eyes. We're going to take that on the other side with a slightly different lunge series. So we're going to breathe in, lift up, exhale, melting down to the ground. Going to inhale, halfway lift, look up. Exhale, this time take your left leg back into the lunge. We're going to stay up this time, lifting arms as we did. Take a breath in. As you exhale, come into a cactus arm and lift your breastbone up. Feel that stretch through your left hip flexor. You're going to take a breath in. Exhale, hands come down to the ground. Come back into your downward dog. Take a breath. As you exhale, ripple through the spine. Come into your plank. Take a breath here. As you exhale, bring your knees down. Untuck your toes. Roll down through the torso. Bring your hands a little forward underneath your shoulders. Again, pubic bone into the ground. We're going to inhale, peel up. If you want to come further, you can. Opening up through the chest. And then rolling back down, tuck toes, and push back. Once more, either in Isis or in Maya. So either arms straight or bent. Take a breath. Exhale, light on the head. One more breath. Exhale, release the air. Holding breath, slowly grow ribs open. Think of the space between the ribs and hips getting longer. Take a breath in. Exhale, bring your hands closer in. You're going to push through your hands, lift your pelvis up. Take one more apnea here. Take a breath in. Exhale, widen shoulders. One more breath. Exhale, release the air. Holding breath, slowly grow ribs open. And then either keeping your knees bent or straight, you're going to lift your left leg up and then bring that between your hands. And again, staying with your right leg straight, you're going to float your arms up. This time, take your hands behind your head and we're going to support the head as you lift your breastbone. Take your hands down to the ground. Take a big step of your right leg forward. Drop the head. We're going to inhale, halfway lift, look up. Exhale, release the head down. Inhale, floating arms all the way up. Bring your hands to prayer down through the center of the chest. And then release your arms down by your side. Once more, close your eyes. Again, let your heart rate settle. Let your breathing settle. And then slowly blink open your eyes. Okay, and then take a step with your left foot out to the side. You're going to take a breath in, lift your arms up. Exhale, bring your hands to prayer and settle into horse stance. You're going to stay here a moment feeling grounded through our feet. Feel that as we push out with the knees, we can track knees over toes and keep the pelvis nice and parallel front and back. Take a breath. As you exhale, you're going to push your hands out to the side. And take a breath. And exhale, stay there. Holding breath, slowly open ribs. Lift your arms up, push through the heel of the hands. Take a breath, bend your knees, bring your hands to prayer and come all the way up. Great, okay. Heel toe your feet a little closer. We're going to come down into goddess squat. Now, if you need anything underneath your feet, if you can't keep your heels down, then you can always place some blocks underneath your feet. You can also use your hands to support you behind yourself. You're going to take a big breath in. As you exhale, you're going to come down with the pelvis. And see how this feels for you. If this feels too intense here, you're going to take your hands behind you and support yourself. It's an option there. Or as I said, placing something underneath your heels. If you're here, try see if you can encourage your spine to straighten, and it's difficult. You'll feel as you drop the tailbone down, you're kind of almost working against your legs as you lift through the spine. Take a breath. And then as you exhale, use your hands and come back down. Give yourself a bit of space. So come down onto your sit bones and then bring your feet forward. You're going to take a deep breath in here. Bring the soles of your feet together. And then exhale, lengthen forward on diagonal. Feel some stretch through the hips and maybe through the glutes. Take a breath. A little bit through inner thighs. You're going to take your hands forward and release. And see if you can drop your head. Soften into the floor. Slow your breathing down. So let's take a deep inhale. And exhale. One more breath. And then exhale, slowly walking your head all the way up on top of your spine. Come to sit a moment. So feel your sit bones into the ground and place your hands on your lap, roll your shoulders down your back. See if you can close your eyes and find the length through your spine. So from your sit bones, which almost want to think that they're feet, so they can root into the floor, and you can grow your spine up from your sit bones. Shoulders are wide, head is on top of your shoulder girdle. And then feel that stacking of pelvis, ribs, shoulders, head. From this place, we're going to take 2 more breaths together, breathing in and exhale. 1 more breath and exhale. Slowly blink open your eyes and you're done. I hope you enjoyed that. And there's parts that are quite challenging. So, if you feel like your balance is a little off, it's okay. Keep going with it. It will come. Okay, take care. Bye.